Alright, we're back with this whole piece of content. Um, Welcome to a tier list on rating every single zombies map based on its Easter egg. Not based on enjoyability, based on its Easter egg. So you can see here that we have our different areas. Haven't played it, basically means I either haven't done the Easter egg or I haven't played the map in general. I'm also going to be putting into just like generally either I just haven't either mainly for Easter eggs, I'm going to basically be categorizing that one as either it doesn't have one or I'm also putting like ones that don't necessarily have one or they're minimal Easter egg. So like for example, Nocturne Toten, World at War, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 3, there is no Easter egg, it just kind of exists. This is mainly for like main quest-ish stuff, so anything basically pre-Derice or anything that doesn't have like a proper quest line. So basically the World at War maps minus Derice as well as Kino der Toten will be put in the haven't played, but it's not necessarily that it's bad, it's just because it doesn't have an Easter egg. As well as stuff like Dead Ops 1, Dead Ops 2, Dead Ops 3, stuff like that, as well as maps that I just haven't done an Easter egg on. So let's start off by quickly doing that by moving the different versions of the World at War maps into the haven't played category. Um, Again, not because they're bad, but we're going to put those in there. We're also going to put Dead Ops Arcade in there. And then the recreations from Black Ops 1. And then I'm also gonna put bus people in farm in there, just in town, just because they don't have any, just because they don't. Nuketown technically does, and I'll get to that in a minute. And then obviously the Black Ops 3 versions don't have anything of note. I know Shino has like I know they have like a little bit of an Easter egg, but they don't have like a main quest. I'm mainly doing this for main quest. So similarly, something like Grolston House wouldn't have one as well. Uh, Bodega Cervantes. I'm gonna put these in there as well, just because they don't properly have one as well. But the rest of these have a form of main quest in some way. Obviously, Dead Ops Arcade 3 needs to go in there, and Dead Ops Arcade 2 needs to go in there. So yeah, basically, we're gonna be categorizing all these maps into different categories. Delete it basically means please never. I never want to play this map again. It is absolutely awful. I basically would rather do anything else but play it again. Once but never again basically means I'll do the Easter egg. I don't want to, but I'll do it and then probably not want to do it for a really long time. Fun could be better basically means like it's fun and I didn't mind doing it, but I would much rather not do it again unless it's like with friends and we're memeing. Replayable basically means I'll do it again. I wouldn't mind doing it. Like it's fun enough that I can replay it and I don't mind and I don't hate it, but it's also like it could be better. Amazing basically is sort of kind of falls in line with like maybe I do it a lot. Either I've done it a lot, it's enjoyable, I don't hate myself by the time I'm done with it, as well as there's enough difficulty that it actually feels kind of tense. And then peak is again basically just there is like no notes. It's amazing. Here we go. We're gonna start with Derice. I'm gonna. Oh, also I need to put 5 in here as well because 5 doesn't have a Easter egg. I didn't. I actually forgot about that one. Derice has the fly trap. I'm gonna put both Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, or Black Ops 1 and World at Wars. Um, I just don't like it. It's not really anything special. Same thing with like Black Ops 3, the Giant. I actually put that in there as well, where it's cool and it has a little bit more uniqueness to it in the sense you get the Annihilator as a reward, but it's not amazing. Um, I feel like that's kind of just it, but I will give it the respect that it is the first one we ever got. The first real Easter egg we ever got. In terms of main quest, though, we're going to technically start off with Ascension because it's the one that has multiple steps. It's actually a bit more involved. I don't like Ascension. I think it's one of the most overrated Easter eggs. I understand it's the first one, but I find it very, very overrated. I don't find it fun. I understand it's the first one, so I gotta give it that little bit of respect, but not really. Call of the Dead, both the solo and the co-op version, I think is very fun. George is a pain to deal with, yes, but I think it is still a playable and fun Easter egg. 1 second. Sorry about that. But I definitely think, given the time era of the game, I think Black Ops 1's Call of the Dead is really fun. With issues, I just think it could be better. Like, again, if it were remade today, I would say make obviously you'd have ways of getting some of the weapons for free. It would probably be a little, maybe not easier to do solo, but it would probably be completely possible solo. I know there's mods to do it, but Shangri-La, I think, falls into the once but never again. I actually don't even, I think I've only ever really done it once. I think I actually have only done it once. I think I did it for the achievement on Black Ops 3 and then never did it again. Um, I think similarly, I would also probably put, I think about it, I gotta put the Black Ops 1 version, or the Black Ops 3 versions. I actually will say Black Ops 3 versions are unchanged, basically once and never again for a lot of them. There's going to be two exceptions to that, and we're going to get to one of them right now. Moon, the original Moon, Black Ops 1's Moon. I definitely think it's fun, but could be better. But I definitely think Moon's Black Ops 3 version is a little bit better, because I think the weapon variety on Moon is the biggest problem, and I think Moon on Black Ops 3 is much better if it is effectively the same Easter egg. I know makes no sense, but for me, I think there's a lot of ways of setting it up with Gobblegums in Black Ops 3 that, well, yes, Gobblegums are very overpowered. It does help with the overall experience in the sense of it makes it more fun and more tolerable. Because you have fire sales, you have shopping free, you have, like, you generally have ways of making the experience better, while on Moon there's a lot more RNG involved. That's why I think it's definitely fun, but it could be better. Transit. Now, this one's going to be one that's going to get a lot of people very either mad or surprised. I think Transit's a very fun Easter egg when you're doing it for the first time. Because while it is very tedious and very annoying, both sides, and I'll say for the Victus maps, I will be doing both sides, and then I will be including, I won't be including the end game, but I will basically say where I put it. I definitely say Transit's probably the most fun. Actually, I'd probably say it's replayable. I'm not going to say it's amazing. It's replayable. I actually don't mind doing Transit Easter egg because, well, yes, it is a lot of tediousness and the map is so big. I definitely would not be opposed to doing it again, if only because it is still an interesting Easter egg. Now, you may notice I didn't put Nuketown to the haven't played / doesn't have an Easter egg, effectively. I didn't want to change it because it weirdly formatted it wrong. Nuketown technically does, in the sense of hitting round 25 has the unique eye change and the effective end of the moon Easter egg. I'm going to put it with the giant because it basically it's basically reach round 25. And on Nuketown, before the Mark II came out, not the most fun experience in the world. Die Rise, I think, is also very replayable. I know Die Rise is one of the hardest maps in Black Ops 2, at least in my opinion. But I think it is an Easter egg that, other than the Mahjong step, is very fun because it requires, not only does it require 4 players, obviously, but it requires a lot of setup that not a lot of people realize can be very easily done if you know what you're doing. I think it can be done as early as, like, obviously if you're using the bank, it can be done very early round. But even without the bank, it's still pretty easy. Mob of the Dead. One of the best Easter eggs in the game. I have fallen out of love with Mob of the Dead as a map, but I still think it's an amazing map. It's just more things that have come out have been better. I definitely think Mob of the Dead is amazing. It's not peak, but it's amazing. The reason why it's not peak is that I have one criticism, and that being, my only real criticism is the fact that, honestly, I just wish it could be done solo in some way, really. Because by this point, we hadn't had any solo Easter eggs, but we have Origin solo Easter egg. I feel like this one could be reasonably done solo. I think if it released now, easily you can make it solo. You just have bot spawn. Buried, I don't like Buried. I know Buried is a very beloved one. I know, it is. But Buried's Easter egg, the firing range step, absolutely sucks. I hate it so much. But I won't deny it's a fun Easter egg. It's fun. I just wish that firing range step could either be skipped or just a different step. I think it's fine. It really is. Some of these I'm not going to be able to talk about because I haven't touched them. Or I haven't touched them in a while, so my memory may be a bit hazy, but I'm going to do my best. Origins. The original Origins. Oh boy, this is going to be very, very annoying for some people, and it's going to be fun, but could be better. And that is only because of the Black Ops 2 mechanics. Black Ops 2 I'd say it's actually no. I'll say it's replayable. It's replayable. Black Ops 2 really, in my opinion, shows the difference of how difficult zombies can really be. And that's saying something because I liked Black Ops 2 and I played it for a really long time. But Black Ops 2 for me was something that was so. Going back is something that's so difficult. It's insane this is how the game used to be. It's not a bad thing. I just think that it is obscenely difficult on Black Ops 2 to do it solo. Co-op, if you're doing it legit, I think is still very fun and doable. But if you're doing the glitch, the fire staff glitch, I don't like that. That's part of the reason is that you can still do that. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it's fine. Outbreak. We're going on to the well. You know what? Let's save the non-Treyarch ones till the end. I'm gonna tease you with that one. Shadows of Evil. Oh boy, this one's gonna replayable. I don't like Shadows that much. I know Shadows is a good map. I don't like Shadows as Easter egg like at all. Which is gonna be funny because I'm gonna be ranking Revelation because Revelation's actually part of the reason why I don't like it. Basically, if Shadows of Evil Easter egg is amazing. But I hate the fact that you can go up to basically the final step solo, but you can't finish it. That is the only reason why I don't like Shadows of Evil that much. It is an amazing Easter egg and replayable, but I really, really do wish that final step could be done solo. Darius and Drak. Fun could be better. Only because, and this is going to sound absolutely crazy, the only reason why I don't like Darius and Drak as much as I like Origins is because of the fact that you do not need to build all the bows. If you had to build all of the bows, I think it would make the Easter egg better for me. It's not saying the Easter egg is bad at all, because I'm gonna remember I'm comparing this against the entire catalog. This is an amazing Easter egg, but seeing as we've had maps with 4 Wonder Weapon type things before, and you've had to build all of them to progress the Easter egg in some way, the fact that the Rise and Drak doesn't need you to do that feels kind of weird and out of place, but that's the only complaint. I would definitely say it's like the only thing that's not edging into replayable is the fact that isn't a thing. Also, just so you know that the fun but could be better is technically still a part of replayable. It's just like I have some weird nitpicks that are not necessarily bad, but I just think it's one of those things where it's like I wish this was changed. Which is where we go to Zetsubo no Shima. Not Garad. We're not going to Garad Grove yet. And we go to this. You're probably wondering, Zetsubo no Shima higher the Darius Drak? What is wrong with you? I find Zetsubo's Easter egg so much fun because the fact that there is a way of because the Thrashers can one-shot you. Now, I'm gonna say something later that's gonna be very contradictory. But the thing with the Thrashers is they're slow as hell until you make them angry. The Thrashers hit like a truck. And during the boss fight, they can one-shot you. I don't know what triggers them. What triggers the one-shot. No one really does. But I think the Zetsubo no Shima Easter egg is very fun because of the fact of it is one of the few that I truly, truly think like you can have an amazing game with RNG related stuff, and you could still screw it up. That's basically what I mean. Is that you can have an amazing RNG, much like with Moon, much like with Origins or anything like that. You can have amazing RNG and you can still screw it up. But with Zetsubo, if you screwed up, it's so much funny. It's so much more fun because the fact of you know exactly what you did wrong. And you know exactly where you screwed up. And it's almost always the plant step. That's always the one that people screw up. And you're probably wondering, why is that fun? Because it requires you to remember. There's so many things you need to remember with Zetsubo that for other maps, it feels like it's not as bad. But with Zetsubo, I actually like doing it, and it's one of the few Easter eggs that I actually have done solo, and actually enjoy doing it solo. Not saying Darius and Drak isn't that, but it's one of the few Easter eggs that I enjoy doing it solo with, no perks. Or minimal perks, maybe just Jug, or, no Perkaholic, or no Gobblegums. Darius and Drak, I feel like Darius and Drak, you kind of have to have most of the perks, not all of them. But it feels like Zetsubo, you do not need to go in with absolutely amazing Gobblegums. You can go in with the bare minimum. You can go with all classics and you're pretty fine. But I definitely would say it's definitely not the best. It definitely has some issues. But I personally think, and again, this is all my opinion. You can have your own opinion. If you don't like my opinion, That's fine. Just don't be an ass about it, okay? Garrot Crovey, replayable. It is replayable. It is an enjoying Easter egg when it works, because this is the one Easter egg in this goddamn game that doesn't work. And it's the only one that I stand by the fact that if it works in 2025, hallelujah. And Revelations, I don't like Revelations at all. It's just not an enjoyable Easter egg. The boss fight is just the Shadows boss fight. And I really don't like it. And I think the Super Easter egg reward is mid at best. Origins Black Ops 3 is amazing. Because this Origins feels like a Black Ops 3 map more than does a BO2 map. It really does. Now, Gobblegums makes it trivial, yes, but even without Gobblegums, the core experience of the progression of Origins is still there, while somehow making the experience better in a lot of ways. That's really all I have to say, is I think Black Ops 3 Origins is better than BO2. While BO2 has issues, I think Black Ops 3 has just as many, but I think BO3 is a standout, better experience. We're going to be skipping non-Treyarch, and it is weird to think that we have an entire row of maps here before we get to another one. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 maps before we got to the next Treyarch map. And surprise, surprise, guess where this is going? It is going in peak, because I find the Voyage of Despair Easter egg to be one of the best, if only because the fact that it is the hardest Easter egg in all of Black Ops 4, with one exception. And you're probably wondering, why do you put that so high compared to anything else? It's like, because Voyage is so hard. That's the point. It's hard, but certain steps can be made so much easier depending on if you're co-op or solo. The planet step on solo is awful, but it's not impossible. It takes a lot of work to do, and you have to know what you're doing. But a step like the Valve step on co-op is easy. The room defense one that you have to do basically for the boss fight, I definitely think on co-op so much harder, because a lot of the rooms are way more cramped. Especially the staterooms one. The staterooms one, if you are not kitted out with one person having PhD slider, or if you're not running PhD slider and you're doing the Helion strat, you are screwed in those corners. It is absolutely amazing how good the Kraken is as well. It's one of my favorite wonder weapons in the game. The Kraken's my favorite wonder weapon in the game. In all of zombies. Next to one that we're going to get to. On to 9. 9 is an Easter egg that I think is really good, but has one major flaw, that being the raw step. The raw step is so annoying. I hate it. Get it out of the game. I still love it, though. It's an amazing Easter egg. I think the boss fight is really, really fun. I think the overall vibe of the stadium is very fun. And I think the Easter egg cutscene, while incredibly graphic and not able to be shown on YouTube anymore, is still one of the better cutscenes, as well as it's a very much like a, oh my god, what? Type moment. Next is... I'm not going to talk about Blood of the Dead. I hate Blood of the Dead. Blood of the Dead's the worst Easter egg I've ever played. If there was a tier below delete it, it would be Blood of the Dead. It's just Blood of the Dead's awful. I hate it. It's the worst. The reason why Mob of the Dead has fallen down is because Blood of the Dead exists. I understand Blood of the Dead's a very cool story-related map, but as an Easter egg, I hate it. It's awful. I don't like it. It is the worst thing in the entire game. I hate the fucking seagull step. I hate it so much. The seagull step is the worst Easter egg step in the entire game. I hate it. Every time I hear that goddamn seagull, I have a panic attack, because it's so annoyingly difficult for no reason. Classified has 2 Easter eggs. One is the round 115, and one is the Project Skady Easter egg. I'm going to be ranking both in their own separate thing. I'm going to put it as once but never again. That applies to both. Because it's round 200, isn't it? It's round 200. There's a round 115. It's a high round Easter egg, and I don't like those. Not because I can't do high rounds, because I don't think that's a fun Easter egg for a cutscene. Do I think it makes sense, given they wanted to give something for the high rounders? Yes. I still don't think it's enjoyable. The Project Skating Easter egg, though, if that gave us the cutscene, it was like a separate thing, like another one, or like a cool, interesting reward at 200, that'd be fine. But the cutscene at 200 just, I feel like that makes no sense. Dead of the Night, I'm a Dead of the Night enjoyer. I really am, but that Easter egg is so difficult for no reason. Um, Mainly just the, um, oh god, I can't remember what it is. Like the, oh god, like the statue step, the like I can barely remember the steps of that night. That's how annoying it is. I don't hate it. I'm gonna put it actually. It's fun, but it could be better. It's a fun Easter egg and could be better. Um, Replayable basically means like it's enjoyable and I actually really like it, and I don't mind doing it more than once. Amazing basically just means like this is one of the best ones, and if I'm ever asked to do an Easter egg, I recommend this one. Peak is like this is amazing. Every time I see the map, I want to do the Easter egg basically. Um, it's one of those ones where I love the Wonder Weapon. The Alice's Annihilator is amazing, or Alice's Folly, I think it's called. Just that weapon is so fun, and it's such a unique weapon. And I'm really, really glad that it's like a random shot each time. It makes it more fun. But it's just that the Easter egg to get it is fun. The Easter egg to like the overall main quest is just kind of meh. Ancient Evil. Oh, it's amazing. Oh, actually, no, it's peak. I love Ancient Evil. Ancient Evil's amazing map. I love the Persecuted boss fight's insanely difficult, but the overall Easter egg leading into it is very good. I think it's playable. It's not the worst. I know this layout doesn't really work for a lot of the. I'm only realizing this layout doesn't work for a lot of Easter eggs because obviously there's some maps that have multiple, or some maps that have none, technically. But we're still going to categorize it in the sense of like the story-based content. Alpha Omega. This is going to get a lot of people very angry. I think Alpha Omega's Easter egg is amazing. I love the boss fight specifically because I remember that's the only BO4 Easter egg I've done solo that I recorded. And I hate that that's the case because I've done Ancient Evil solo, I've done Voyage solo, and I think I did an attempt at tagging out to the boss fight solo. The others I've never done solo, or I've gotten only so far. Alpha Omega's Easter egg is really fun and is such a challenge, and I honestly will recommend, please do it. It is such an amazing challenge to do, and it's one of the few Easter eggs that I still have the notebook for on my phone that is all the steps and how to like do all the steps. I have nothing else to say. Tactotone is not amazing. D Machine or Die Machine. It's fine. It's an Easter egg. It's for the first one of the new era. It's honestly not bad. Firebase Z though, that's a good one. That's a pretty good one. I think the boss fight's a little. I think the overall Easter egg progression isn't amazing, but the boss fight's pretty fun. I'd probably put it on replayable. Not amazing, but it's replayable. Outbreak. There's two. There's the Orda fight, and then there's the giant Tempest. I would say the Orda fight isn't that great, but the Tempest fight's pretty good. So I'm gonna put the Tempest. I'm mainly ranking for the Tempest fight, Orda fight, the one that basically is the prologue to Mauer. I probably put into replayable. Outbreak's first Easter egg is honestly not that bad. I know a lot of people don't like it. I think it's fine. It's one of the only ones. It's actually the only Cold War Easter egg I haven't done solo. Because honestly, that bunker is really hard. That bunker section can be really hard if you're going in solo unprepared. Or if you go down in the middle of that section, just reset your game. Just don't. It is so hard. I know some people say Cold War is easy. Outbreak on Cold War is kind of difficult. At least the main Easter egg. Mauer or Toten. Yeah, it's fine. I think the boss fight's meh. The boss fight's meh. Overall Easter egg, pretty fun. A lot of setup. I think the Wonder Weapon's requirement for the game is pretty good. But then we go to my pride and joy, the baby, Forsaken. Why do I rank Forsaken as peak? Two reasons. I did it on my first try solo, and I did it on the first basically my first, not my first playthrough, but my first ever run through of the game. Like my first ever time doing the Easter egg, I did it solo. First time going for it, I did it solo on my first try. And I have it on stream. That was an entire stream that I did the entire Easter egg on. It's one of my favorite streams I ever did. And it holds a special place in my heart. That's why I think it's amazing. I know overall the Easter egg isn't great, but I have a special fondness for it. I have a little bit of bias. Now we get to the interesting thing. Technically, these guys are Treyarch. So we're going to rank them next. Durangfeng. It has an Easter egg. It's not great. Terramedicta has an Easter egg, but it's not great. Shinonuma. It's fine. I actually don't mind it. It's alright. I have not done the Archon. I still haven't done it. I haven't even seen the ending cutscene. I just know something happens. I just don't know what happens in it. Operation Deadbolt. You can't really do the Easter eggs again, but I would definitely say it's tolerable. Now we come to Black Ops 6. And unsurprisingly, guess where these are going? They're all going in peak, because they're all... Oh, actually not this one. This one's fine. Liberty Falls is fine. I think it's probably the best introduction to them. They're all going in peak. Why? Because they're unironically really fucking easy. Or not easy, but they're fun. I haven't actually done any of them solo, other than Liberty Falls. I've gone to the boss fight in Citadel solo. I've obviously done all of these on directed. But I don't count those as solo runs because they're directed mode. But I've done all of them. I truly think this is the best lineup of Easter eggs we've ever gotten. And that's saying something because the next, I don't know if the name of the map is confirmed yet, but according to in-game files, and I don't like going off leaks, it's called The Reckoning. But the next Zombies map, we haven't even gotten that yet, and I truly think there is no way that we're gonna have a map that's gonna go into like these lower areas here. But we're gonna go on to the non-Treyarch ones, like the actually made by another studio ones. I know that it's weird to be counting Vanguard and Modern Warfare 3 as Treyarch, but they technically are kind of, sort of. They were started by Treyarch. They're in line with the Dark Aether story, so that's why I'm counting them. So now we're on to the... I'm going to say the problem children, but the non-Treyarch, not counting Extinction. Outbreak is... Honestly, Outbreak is really fun. If you're going for the gold trophy, no, I hate it. That is awful. If you're going for the default, it's not bad. It really isn't. It's not bad. Infection is also in that same category. It's not bad. I definitely think the infection Easter egg is only really hindered by the map being not amazing, because the gas, like the quarantine area zones, I think is what they were called, those aren't amazing. Those are not great. I hate Carrier. 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 Can you tell I hate this map? I have this Easter eggs memorized still to this day. I've never beaten it. Descent, I've actually never done it. I've never done Descent's Easter egg, so I can't say. Zombies in Spaceland. We are getting our first non-Treyarch amazing. Because Zombies in Spaceland is an amazing Easter egg, and I still stand by the fact that it's very good. I'm not going to be counting directed mode for any of these, with the exception of the Beast from Beyond, because that has the Mephistopheles boss fight. Raven the Redwoods. Peak. Pure peak. Honestly, you're probably wondering, again, sort of weird hypocrisy with Horizon Truck, with the bows not being required to be fully built. Raven the Redwoods beats that out because the slasher boss fight is unironically really, really tough if you don't know what you're doing and you're going into it blind. I remember doing Raven the Redwoods, and it was probably the most fun Easter egg I've ever done, if only because that Easter egg is just not amazing. I'm also going to just put no egg, just so I can clarify for the image when I post it. But Rave is really, really fun. It just is. I know people say, like, oh, man, Infinite Warfare Zombie is like so this. It's the last one. We have forgot the classic point system. I miss it. It's really, honestly, not that bad. Should I do a video on Infinite Warfare Zombies? I might do that. Actually, not really a bad idea. Shaolin Shuffle. It's fine. I think it's definitely the most interesting, and I did enjoy it. The katanas and the nunchucks are really fun. I keep hearing like a weird crunching noise. I don't know if that's my TV or my Xbox. Um, Probably nothing. Attack the Reactive Thing. I don't like Attack at all. It's the core the Korgs, the Krogs, the little green guys. They're annoying to deal with. Beasts for Beyond, they're kind of same boat, actually. I don't like Beasts. I think the cryptids are fun, seeing them again, but not really. Final Reich, Hardcore. I've never done Hardcore, but I've done the Standard. It's fine. Darkest Shore, Have I even done Darkest Shore? No, I don't think I have. I know how to do it. I've never done it. Shadow Throne, I've not done. Tortured Path, I've not done. The Frozen Dawn, I've not done. I've attempted all of them, but I've not done them. I definitely think that World War II, as much as I love the vibe of World War II, I've just never done the Easter eggs other than Final Right Casual. And it's not to say that they're bad. I've seen them. They don't seem awful. I just don't enjoy World War II's mechanics that much. I think it's a fun game, and it definitely doesn't deserve all the hate that it got. But it was not for me. I think it was way too like co-op focused and solo, not very solo friendly. I think that's mainly my reason why for disliking it. But maybe if I ever get the opportunity to play with, maybe if I ever get the opportunity to have like people on Xbox willing to carry me through it, maybe I'll do it. But like being on Game Pass, it actually is probably a little bit more likely. But unfortunately, it's not. It doesn't include DLC. But we'll see. Regardless, that is probably my second to last tier list on related to zombies, at least for now. Um, Obviously, when we get the newest map, the Reckoning, I will rank that when we do the Easter egg, or when I do the Easter egg, whenever it does happen. And then I'll probably do that. Black Ops 7 will probably be the last time I ever cover zombies. And I'll probably rank those. I'll probably do another one post Black Ops 7, or around the time, this time during Black Ops 7. And we'll basically just do our additions with we'll do our additions with the Reckoning, and then all the other new ones. They begin BO7. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you guys for the video or live stream to make. Everybody, stay safe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with another Dead by Daylight video, because I am addicted to Dead by Daylight. And it's probably not going to be the number one game we'll be playing. That's going to be the new focus of the channel, but it's definitely going to be up there. But yeah, see you guys next time. Everybody, stay safe.